Hello students. In this video, we are going to explore the features of the moon, the phases it goes through, the mysteries of eclipses, and even how it affects our very own planet Earth. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about the moon itself. When you look up at the night sky, the moon is the brightest and largest object you can see. Did you know that our moon is the fifth largest among over 200 moons orbiting different planets in our solar system? For a long time, our moon was the only one we knew about. That all changed in 1610 when Galileo Galilei, the famous scientist, discovered 4 moons orbiting Jupiter. The moon's surface is quite different from Earth's. It's solid, rocky, and covered in craters and pits that were formed by collisions with asteroids, meteorites, and comets over billions of years. Unlike Earth, the moon doesn't have an atmosphere that we can breathe. Instead, it has a very thin layer called an exosphere. But the moon isn't just a pretty sight in the sky, it also plays a crucial role in our world. Its gravitational pull affects our oceans, creating the tides that cause the rise and fall of the waves along coastlines. Now, let's talk about the phases of the moon. If you've ever noticed how the shape of the moon seems to change, that's because it moves around the Earth, and different parts of it get sunlight at different times. The part that's lit up by the sun is what we see from Earth, and that's what creates the different phases of the moon. This cycle of phases happens roughly once a month, taking about 29.5 days to complete. Let's explore these phases together. When the moon is completely dark and not visible at all, we call this the new moon. It happens when the sun, moon, and Earth are aligned, with the dark side of the moon facing us. As the days go by, a small sliver of light starts to appear, known as the waxing crescent moon. Then, about a week after the new moon, exactly half of the moon lights up, and we call this the first quarter moon. The illuminated part continues to grow, and soon we have the waxing gibbous moon, where more than half of the moon is visible, but it's not yet fully round. In about 2 weeks, the moon is fully lit up and shining brightly in the sky. This is the full moon, which occurs when the Earth is between the sun and the moon. After the full moon, the lit part starts to decrease, leading to the waning gibbous moon. Then, about 3 weeks into the cycle, we see the third quarter moon, where half of the moon is illuminated again, but it's the opposite side compared to the first quarter. Finally, the light continues to fade, and we see less and less of the moon until it becomes a waning crescent moon. Sometimes, you can spot a faint glow during this phase called earthshine, which is the light reflected off Earth lighting up the dark part of the moon. Now, let's explore something even more spectacular: lunar eclipses. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth gets directly between the sun and the moon, casting its shadow over the moon. Normally, the moon reflects sunlight, but during a lunar eclipse, the Earth's shadow covers it, making the moon go dark. There are 2 types of lunar eclipses. A total lunar eclipse is when the Earth's shadow completely covers the moon, often giving it a reddish color, which is why it's sometimes called a blood moon. Then there's the partial lunar eclipse, where only a part of the moon gets covered by Earth's shadow, making it look like a bite was taken out of it. The reddish hue during a total lunar eclipse happens because the Earth's atmosphere filters the sunlight, bending it towards the moon and casting that eerie red glow. But the moon isn't the only one involved in these celestial events. Let's talk about solar eclipses. A solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the sun and earth, casting its shadow on us. There are 3 types of solar eclipses. In a total solar eclipse, the moon completely covers the sun, turning day into night for a short while. During a partial solar eclipse, only part of the sun is covered, leaving a crescent-shaped sun in the sky. Then there's the annular solar eclipse, where the moon is a bit too far from Earth to cover the sun completely, so you see a ring of sunlight around the moon, often called a ring of fire. A quick safety tip: never look directly at the sun during a solar eclipse without proper glasses. It can be harmful to your eyes. Now, let's dive into how the moon affects our planet, specifically, how it influences the tides in our oceans. What a thrilling journey we've had today, exploring the wonders of the moon. From its phases and eclipses to its powerful influence on Earth, the moon truly is an incredible celestial body. Now, here's a fun question for you. What is the name of the phase when the moon is completely dark and not visible? Share your answer in the comments below. The complete curriculum for Class 5 is available on our channel. Check out all the links provided in the description below. Please make sure to like, share, and comment for more such videos.